swing. LMP2, they hunt the line. GT3 back in the fight. Rubber burns on every bend. Take the checkered and make amends. Hands tied on the wheel. One more corner, one more deal. Every lap is pay or learn. Keep your nerve and watch it turn. Bitepoint Racing, let it roll. Friday nights, we lose control. Bitepoint Racing, hear us run. GT3, LMP2, one by one. Bitepoint Racing, hold that line. Late, break late, every time. Bitepoint Racing, shouting loud. Friday nights, we draw a crowd. Yeah. Bitepoint Racing Sports Car Challenge. Curb to curb, we split the damage. One class dives, one class slips. Close enough to trade some clips. Motor mouth broadcasting on the air. Big Jim talking, he wasn't there. Calling every move we make, every save and every shake. White flag still a mile away. Built for pressure, built to stay. When the pack comes storming through, you know what a racer do. Bitepoint Racing, let it roll. Friday nights, we lose control. Bitepoint Racing, hear us run. GT3, LMP2, one by one. Bitepoint Racing, hold that line. Late, break late, every time. Bitepoint Racing, shouting loud. Friday nights, we draw a crowd. Big Jim says he's closing fast. He one laughs, this one won't last. I hold steady, nose to tail, trading paint and chasing glory down the Bitepoint Racing, let it roll. Friday nights, we lose control. Bitepoint Racing, hear us run. GT3, LMP2, one by one. Bitepoint Racing, hold that line. Late, break late, every time. Bitepoint Racing, shouting loud. Friday night, we draw a crowd. Yeah.
Hello everybody, welcome to the last race in the Bitepoint Racing Sports Car Challenge this season. Barcelona playing host to the final round of our campaign, where one of our four classes is still up for grabs. It's a winner-takes-all between Jacob Sheridan and John Voigt that will be our focus tonight over the course of a 90-minute endurance race at the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya Barcelona-Catalunya. Myself, Jim Cunningham in commentary one final time this season in the Bitepoint Racing Sports Car Challenge that we've enjoyed for the last, 3-4 months now since we started all those months ago. Good to be alongside you, Jim, for the final race of the season. Good to see that we've got a field, actually a few more LMP2s than what we had last week, and I think a few more drivers overall. But that big fight at the top of LMP2 Prime is our focus tonight, and we could hardly ask for a better championship finale than what we're going to see here tonight between Jacob Sheridan and John Voigt.
Yeah, to be fair, it's good. Well, good to be here with you as well. Not only our last event of the season, but it will be our last event on Friday nights for this series. Series this next season is moving to Thursday nights. So, it'll be our last Friday night here together. And yeah, I mean, kind of fitting that the LMP2 Pro-Am is coming down to the last race of the season, winner take all kind of deal, because it's really provided the best overall racing all season long. We've had just fantastic battles through that. Through that class the whole season. So it makes sense that it's going to come down to this. And I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. It's at the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya without the fiddly final chicane, by the way, here today. We'll talk about that in a moment when we have a little look through one of these laps and maybe have a look at the circuit as well during warm-up. But let's just tell you about all of the championships first of all before we actually get to the end of qualifying. And just crown our champions, really, apart from in LMP2 Prime, of course. In LMP2 Pro, Blake Ward is officially the champion. David Turnbull probably, and with the fact that he's actually here and that Holiday isn't, will finish second. Holiday will finish third, though, in front of Alan Aguilar and Nicholas Sicrest, who are very close with one another. Now, Aguilar is here today, and so probably will move, or rather stay in fourth place ahead of Sicrest, who's probably going to round out the top five. Sean Wilkins is the only other in the field today from LMP2 and is not going to move up any further from 10th place. So that is all going to stay the same today, and we already know. So there's your top 10, your final top 10, just with different points values at the end of the season. There's the one that can change. Jacob Sheridan, John Voigt, only separated by a single point at the start of today. Now, Matheus Mendoza is only, 47 points back, and I think that means mathematically he's involved, but I mean, not realistically, with the amount of drivers we've got in the field and the amount of points that is to gain. Mendoza is at least in the field tonight, though, and will finish the season in third, you'd imagine. Owen Kuzak's in the field tonight as well, and will maintain, therefore, fourth place. So there you go. Third on down are all locked in already before the end of this season. In GT3 Pro, we've only got two in the field here tonight, and it's going to be Paul Bassen's crowning moment. He does have somebody to race, though, and that's Robbie Williams, who is not in that top 10. So I guess he's going to jump into it, I suppose, with tonight's finish. He's going to move up to 9th place and bump Evan Davis and Jed Cotterman down. Ahmet Omi's going to come home second in front of Zach Houston, by the way, to round out the top three. Con Malley as well. If those other three had stayed in the series for a little bit longer, challenging Paul Bassen, I think it could have been a very exciting finale. But sadly not. Paul Bassen is going to win this title by the history books by more than 150 points, which is perhaps not quite going to accurately reflect how the season's gone. But anyway, that's how results sheets work, I suppose. That's how history works. Anyway, GT3 Pro-Am as well. It's Rodrigo Desi who's going to be crowned the champion here today. There's a lot more of the GT3 Primes here today, by the way, so a lot more to look forward to there. Jordan Cox is here, but unfortunately Chris Grondin is not so far, and so Cox is going to win that battle for second place. Ihor Ochko is back again, and if he gets a good enough result, he could jump into the top three at the expense of Grondin. Arujo and Dubek are going to continue on their fight. We've seen them last week. They're both in the race today as well, fighting for the last spot inside the top five. So that's where we are in all four of the standings. Really not much can change, and that's partly down, Jim, to the amount of people who are here, but it's also down to the fact there's been a long season that we started over 3 months ago, and this is the 12th round. This is what happens in 12 race seasons. The field does get very stretched out by the end.
Yeah, it does. And also, by the way, Francis Crosby, I believe, is here and going to race tonight. I think he just got in a little late for qualifying. So I think he is here, though, and is going to race tonight. So that should give us three GT3 pros out there this evening as we close out the season. And I think that the car count being down a little bit is also indicative of the long season, as people start to drop out of the championship hunt, some of them just kind of fade away, and it's summertime, and, a lot of people take holiday, especially in the United States with, our kids being out of school. I don't know how it is. Is it the same way in Europe?
Yeah, they're broke up now as well.
Okay, yeah. So, it's holiday time for a lot of people taking trips and stuff like that. The summer seasons are always notoriously the worst for car counts across iRacing. So, but yeah, I think I know I'm super excited for the series to move to Thursdays, and they actually released a new schedule this week, which we'll maybe talk about with one of the admins later. I don't actually have a copy of it yet, but pretty banging schedule. So
I don't know if you have a graphic for it, but there was an announcement 3 days ago, 2 days ago, about the schedule. So I think there's been a bit of changing in the schedule as well.
No, that's what I'm talking about. The brand new. Okay. Yeah. So it's it's pretty much a list of the popular tracks, for sure. So, which we'll, like I said, we'll pull it up later. I don't have a graphic for it, but we'll talk about it at least later.
Don't ask AI to make one.
No,
for you.
I didn't do that tonight. Thank you.
Unless you want the Nordschleife to look like a thumb.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you. You bringing that up again. Yeah, not my finest moment. Yeah, y'all had a lot of fun. You had a lot of fun at my expense with that one.
I know.
As much as I give everybody hell, I guess I deserve that. So I tell you what, I ought to play this track map at about triple speed here to watch you try to keep up. But let's take a look for those who don't know. Barcelona. I was going to be fancy and say Barcelona de Catalunya in my American horrific accent, but I did not get that out. So let's take a look.
Try it in a Spanish accent.
That's even harder.
Yeah.
The only thing I can do in Spanish is order tacos.
Yes. Well, well, we spoke about it before. Yeah, there it is. The Barcelona-Catalunya circuit, with no chicane, as it mentions there. So, become more popular in recent years by passing that final chicane. Deemed at one stage to be a little bit unsafe, the final turn, if you were to remove that final chicane, but that has sort of been done away with, and we're back to the very fast final sector. But this first pit completely unchanged, really, down the years, and it's a very flowing circuit now. Now the final sector also is very flowing. It's flowing all the way around. Starts down turn 1, 90 degrees, but very sort of curved, if you like, and that makes it a little bit difficult to overtake, but it's a long straight on the way down towards there. Difficult turn 2 before you get yourself to the left-hand side to really open out turn 3 as much as possible. This is a left-handed side tyres nightmare through turn 3 as you just through that turn for such a long time. Nearly 180 degrees, complete switch around there while going at some speed. Then another hairpin. This is a 180 degree switch back through turn 4 where you can't really see the edge of the road there. It makes it difficult to extend as much as you need to. Then a downhill braking zone, as we always mention. Those are very, very difficult as the track runs away from you. No really chance to extend track limits other than when you get down here at turn 7 where you can jump over this curve a bit too much if you're not careful on this lap, staying well within the white lines before you get to the most exciting corner on the circuit, I think, turn 9 over the hill, especially in an LMP2. That is an exciting medium to high speed turn before you get into the final sector, and a decent overtaking chance turn 10, especially with the more open chicane. Well, there's a lot of space on the left hand side there, and then suddenly there isn't with the way that entry curb sort of happens. Then it's a very long hairpin through turn 11, which really is just a setup for 12. Another hairpin, the circuit constantly switching back on itself like an indecisive person. Then in towards the final couple of corners, a little bit of an open second to last corner, pretty much flat out, and then another medium speed exciting corner as the final turn is when you've got rid of that chicane preceding it, and then you run up towards the line and complete a lap. It's almost symmetrical if you were to cut it in half. You see it from this angle here, almost symmetrical, as I say, turns back on itself again and again and again. I must say I struggled to get on with it, I must say, the Catalunya circuit, but it is a flowing one, and it is one that people certainly enjoy.
Yeah, it's definitely a rhythm circuit for sure, and what it really covers, it puts a decent amount of track in a smaller footprint, the way it turns back on itself like that. And I would imagine that there's probably some areas in person to view this track and where you can see multiple corners because of that, you know.
Yes, I would imagine so. The problem is it's a little bit hilly, as everywhere is in Spain, really, and it means that there's a lot of hills sort of in between the racetrack. It doesn't utilise hills really, this track, but as you can see, there's a lot of places where you can sit on top of and see some of the circuit, yeah, but then you find also that a hill is blocking your view of another part of the circuit sometimes, which does make that a little bit more difficult than it looks.
It's yeah, I didn't realize it was actually that hilly, being that it was so close to the coast, you know, because it's not that far from the coast at all here, but which typically any tracks that are that close to the coast, usually it kind of flattens out, you know.
Yeah, but in and you know, this is, I don't know if you've ever been to Spain.
I have
I've not been
no.
very often, but it is I was about to say the hilliest country in Europe. That I'm really talking about Western Europe. I don't really know anything about Eastern Europe's geography, to be honest with you. That's a very Western European thing to say. But it's certainly, as far as Western Europe is concerned, it is exceptionally hilly. Not mountainous everywhere. You know, you're not going to get 2,000 meters off the ground, or I don't know how much that is in feet, but 2,000 meters and above, you start to feel the altitude and whatever. You don't really get that in Spain, but you do get a lot of very, very lumpy parts of the world, and as I say, even right next to the coast. I mean, probably 30 kilometers, 20 miles from the coast here, something like that. Really not very far, but even so, you're already into the mountains. You have to be right on the coast in Spain to be on the flat. I think 5 kilometers even in some places off the coast, you're already into some pretty high mountains. So there you are. There's a geography lesson for you.
There you go. Well, who knew? Geography 101 with Ewan.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I
like the geography.
Not Eastern Europe geography, just
just Western Europe.
Just Western Europe geography. Oh, all right. Give me one second here.
As soon as we cross over the Iron Curtain, I'm
yes. Well,
anyway,
you weren't even around for that era.
No, but I have read history. Anyway, let's have a look at the grid for the race. Alan Aguilar has taken the pole position for the final time this season on his return to the series. And it's David Turnbull alongside, who with this performance, of course, will be shoring up that second place in the points for him this season. Sean Wilkins is the only other LMP2 pro, with Jacob Sheridan, who's taken first blood in LMP2 Prime. Normally that would be an important bonus point over his big rival John Voigt, who starts right behind him in 5th place, but considering they're so close, bonus points are not really going to come into play. Roderick Mendoza is alongside Voigt on row 3. The rest of the grid, Owen Kizak is in 7th place, last of the LMP2s, followed by Robbie Williams, who's taken GT3 pole in front of Paul Basson, the only other pro at the front. Francis Crosby is at the back for the pros. Tim Schaefer rounds out the top 10 at least overall. Lorenzo Rujo and Rodrigo Desi are on row 6 in front of Jordan Cox and Justin Welsh. Then Io Ochko is next alongside RJ Dubek with Francis Crosby on the back of the grid by himself, getting in here late, but glad to see him racing at all here tonight. So 17 of them ready to send off the Bitepoint Racing Sports Car Challenge this season. A 12-week campaign that has gone on for over 3 months now, and is going to crown us 4 champions officially here. We still don't know, though, who it's going to be in LMP2 Pro-Am, and the battle in the midfield of this LMP2 class today is going to be very, very exciting. Green flag in the air for one final time, and 90 minutes of racing here at Barcelona to round out the season. And it's a good jump from Aguilar, who leaves the others fighting. Turnbull and Wilkins side by side. Aguilar in the gold there, trying to move on the outside. Late braking from Turnbull on the outside there. He's going to get the position in front of Wilkins. And Sheridan makes contact with Wilkins. He goes off into the gravel. And one of the championship contenders in contact already. Jacob Sheridan there with the driver Sean Wilkins. No harm done though, no damage done to Sheridan, nor any of the other LMP2 Pro-Ams who get through safely.
Yeah, we run back here and take a look at the GT3 cars getting off, and seems like they got off to a nice clean start here. Yeah, I question whether or not that was actual contact or if he just wiggled on the side of him. I want to go back and look at that in a minute here.
It looked like netcode to me. Somebody's been off in the gravel there, goodness me. Was that
Yes.
also... Oh no, that was Mendoza, I think, because he's dropped to the very back. But here's the battle between Williams and Schaefer, who's still the Pram leader, but he's sort of jeopardising that with the outside move on the Ferrari. That was super close to contact through turn 4. Here he comes on the outside now. In the Porsche, he's going to get that, Schaefer. That's very nicely done, and the risk has paid off with the reward that he's now got Williams between he and the rest of the Pram field.
Yes, and it's good to have Robbie Williams over here. He runs in the kind of sister league to this on Wednesday nights, and he's joined up over here, which is good to see. He's a pretty fast driver in that Ferrari.
How's that for a block pass down the inside? And there's the risk for Schaefer again rearing its head as Aruro moves on the outside line. Jordan Cox is also there or thereabouts and nearly making contact as well in the Corvette. A lively opening lap here in both classes, actually, as we've gotten underway here.
Yeah, it is, actually. And it's, we look at our Pro-Am champ there, Rodrigo Dacier.
Yeah, there he is, the champion officially going to be crowned at the end of this race, but he's 107 points ahead of Jordan Cox coming into this anyway. Zio Ochko, who was challenging him at one stage for that title, is going to get past him in the fellow Mercedes, and Dacier just lets him go. In fact, he lifts off way into the corner there. We'll discuss obviously fuel strategy and so on over the course of the day with 90 minutes rather than 60, meaning 2 pit stops in these endurance races, of course, rather than just the one.
So I'm going to go back here and let's see, we'll take a look at it from the chopper view and see if this gives us a better idea. Well, probably at speed would be a good idea.
It looked like a lot of netcode live, but let's see.
Yeah, if it was anything, it was netcode for sure, because they definitely did not touch.
Yeah, that's a lot of gravel on the racing line. Oh, and he's struggling to get back on his feet. And by the way, just as we continue on with this replay, Mendoza also went off at turn 4. I think it was Mendoza who went off on the opening lap as well.
He did, yes.
He's down to 7th. Was it turn 4? There was a lot of gravel through there. So let's see. That's Owen Kizek right behind him, who nearly ran into the back of him briefly, but I don't think he's the cause of this. Or is he? Looks down the inside, and no, Mendoza gets that wrong on his own. Just tries to turn in, bit of a slide, and he goes through the gravel. So one of those places for Wilkins was made up straight away.
Yep, plenty of gravel right on the racing line too.
Yeah,
right
I mean, it's one of those places,
turn.
isn't it, with gravel everywhere on the outside of this circuit. So whenever anybody goes off, suddenly there's stones everywhere. And the problem with part of that, obviously, is that some of that was actually while he was off the racing line. So you follow it here with Sheridan. There is off the racing line, and that will clear pretty quickly, but there's the few stones that you can see actually on the racing ladder at turn 4. But effectively what that means for the rest of the race, if you're offline through turn 4, you are going to be in the gravel, and the stones brought on there. That's the problem. He's not brought that onto the racing line for every time, but he's brought it on for if you're just a little bit wide, or if you're going side by side with someone, you'll definitely be in those stones there.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. I was trying to get a look at something here, and since we haven't had Francis Crosby around for a while, let's show him going off track since he's back with us today. He literally bought the track 5 minutes before 10 minutes before we went live, which is why he didn't qualify. And I said, well, that's going to be great. Like, you're going to be a hot mess. And he said, oh, don't worry. I've raced it in LMU. So I figured he deserves to be shown.
Is this in LMU?
Yeah, apparently it is. Yeah, it is. Of course. Yes, it is.
It's not. It's an ELMS track. It's not a WEC track, though, is it?
Yes, it's an ELMS track.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
they've
when
kind of thrown that out the window now too. They just announced they're just releasing what they're calling an American track pack. Oh. So now they're releasing 3 American tracks. 6 American tracks. The first 2 have been announced. The first 2 are going to be Daytona and Laguna Seca. So you would think that obviously probably Road America, since it's Petit Le Mans, That'll probably be one of the 6.
Atlanta, yeah.
What did I say? Oh, Road America. Well, probably Road America
Well, maybe
too.
Road
though.
America as well.
Yeah, probably Road America, Road Atlanta, Watkins Glen, and I don't know, but certainly those I would think are going to be in there.
Because they've already got Sebring.
Yeah, they already have Sebring. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what the other one will be actually. 4 more seems quite
Well,
likely.
let's
A
see.
little look down the inside.
So yeah,
from
America,
Schaefer.
Atlanta, and Watkins Glen, and I don't know. I have to think about that for a second. Hopefully not Indianapolis.
Maybe.
No, I hope not.
I don't know, but I think that there's so many other things that LMU could have done before they resort to the old American circuits that every other team's go anyway. But never mind. I'll chat about that again in a minute, because Io Ochko has just gone off the road down there. He was just recovering from a spin through turns 7 and 8 there, which has dropped him all the way down to the very back of the field. RJ Dubek and Justin Welsh seem to be sort of slaloming their way around, and Aruo in that newfound race lead in the prams, nearly getting hit there by Schaefer. These guys in a lively battle so far in the opening stage of this race.
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a rare place for Arroyo to be out in the lead of the race, so I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun for him. But he does have some heat on his tail here with Schaefer and Cox right behind him.
And towards turn 1 again. Cox looking, and therefore Schaefer looking, or defending, or both. And Cox, is that forced to go to the outside. Oh, that was close. If there wasn't contact there, that was extremely close. But still, they continue on. These 3 seem very evenly matched so far in the pace that they've got. Here comes Cox again, though. He's just able to hold a tighter line through turn 3 there, compared to Schaefer, who breaks a bit later and stays ahead again.
Yeah, we've seen some epic battles over the past couple of weeks between these two with Cox and Schaefer. I mean, some 60-minute battles. They pretty much battled all race long there last week, I believe it was.
Someone's got their fingers crossed for Mossball, by the way, for the other track in. You said American. So
Yeah, no, it's a U.S. track pack, so it wouldn't be Mossport.
Well, we do often smash together US and Canada, to be honest. When we're talking about them from Europe,
no,
so.
it's very specific. U.S. track pack is the way it's being sold. So it won't be that. I'm sure I'm missing something that's completely and totally obvious that's slipping my mind.
I don't think you are. I think there's the big 4 where the big 4 endurance races are. There's obviously Road America to go on with that. I think Laguna Seca being one of the first 2 is quite a surprise. It's not a big one, I would say.
It's just because Laguna Seca, when it comes to American tracks, has been around and it's been in every video game for 30 years or more. I mean, it's just always been there, and it's arguably one of the most famous corners in all of motorsports, the corkscrew.
Yeah, that's the only good thing about that circuit is the fact it's got the corkscrew. It's very average otherwise.
It's definitely not very
Controversial,
average.
maybe.
No, it's not. It's a good circuit. It's a tough circuit to drive. There's several corners there that you really got to get right.
That's my problem.
Huh? That's not a problem. That's good.
I want it to be easy as possible. I've got to be honest, these days I just prefer racing other people, to be honest, at the easiest circuits possible rather than driving on my own. That's just where I'm at. That's just where I'm at in my driving. But anyway, here's John Boyd under a bit of pressure that could be quite telling. Sean Wilkins just behind. I mean, he is a pro, Wilkins, and so you'd expect him to be passing, thanks to Jason Holland for saying Laguna Seca sucks. It's not controversial. Thanks for that.
Oh, God. Let's not take advice from the guy who blew his car up on pit road last week, okay?
Well, it wasn't exactly like he was trying not to. He'd long checked out by that point.
No, he
had. Crosby gets past Desi as well.
You can't take his word on any track, though. Laguna Seca is a good track. It's a fun track to drive. So, aside from that, what would be the 6th track, though, as we focus on Daci here as Crosby gets by him?
Someone in the YouTube chat called Jahamas, like Bahamas, the country, but with a J. I don't know. Says maybe, well, I'd add in the ones that you've just said, but also Detroit or Long Beach, maybe.
Long Beach would be interesting. I mean, it is an IMSA track. It is arguably one of the most popular street circuits, certainly the most popular street circuit in the United States.
I actually really like Long Beach.
Yeah, a lot of people do. I mean, it's a popular street circuit. That would be an interesting one, and there's really not a lot of street circuits in LMU.
Are there any?
That's what I'm trying to remember.
I don't think there are. I don't think there are any. Because, WEC doesn't go there, not does the LMS.
No,
so
but
that does make it seem a little bit...
But if they're crossing over, and kind of playing off the IMSA card a little bit or whatever that they're doing.
Sorry. Giggling. Someone just said San Diego. That is not the other.
Yeah, no, that's Gerald Poole. Yes, Gerald is his own version of a hot mess. By the way, Gerald, since we have you out there in chat tonight, and we're halfway doing look at Robbie Williams. I thought he was about to try to send it on the outside at the final turn there. That would not be a place to make that move. Robbie's fast though, man. He's gonna jump up here and take the lead. Robbie's, as we've seen him all season, he's been really quick all year.
I mean, these two, I sense, are going to just have a lot of fun today.
Yes, I agree.
And they're going to race one another at all possible moments, I think, because Paul Basson's already got past Robbie Williams, by the way. They qualified the opposite way round to where we are now, and Williams is trying to get back past him again. I mean, Basson was put himself to the back at the start of Misano last week, didn't he, just to come through the field and have a bit of fun racing. He told us that actually people weren't racing him because he's a pro and the pros didn't want to race him. But Robbie Williams is going to race him, and they're going to have a lot of fun, I think, tonight, these two.
Actually, those two probably are pretty evenly, matched. That's probably a good battle there. Somebody said VIR.
Yeah.
I could see that kind of, but, I mean, IMSA does go there, and it is a permanent circuit. But, if I'm being honest, if you're trying to bring an exciting circuit, it's not going to be VIR, man. That is a tough place to pass.
To be honest with you, the amount of places I would have gone before announcing a US track pack would be
there's a reason they did that. I mean, they're trying to increase U.S. participation in the game. Not that they're trying to penetrate the U.S. market deeper, because of, obviously the amount of money that's here, in the United States to spend on things like this. They're trying to get a little more of that pack, but which is why they're doing it. But and Daytona is, so popular in, I mean,
look, if they stick to circuits that at least the World Sports Car Championship has been doing in the past, I just don't want to see any sort of.
Well, Daytona plays into that for sure.
Yeah,
because the 24-hour is kind of a everybody event,
Yeah, but I mean on the old schedules in the 80s and the early 90s and 70s and so on. They used to have much more American circuits on them. I think Daytona probably was one of those. As Williams goes down the inside of Basson into one again. These two are enjoying themselves tonight, I feel. Round the outside through turn 2, gives them the inside for 3, Robbie Williams. And he's back through again on Paul Basson, who might well have another pop in towards turn 4. Why not? No, he's going to back away just on this occasion. But, there's another lead change between these two. Probably not the last.
No, I'm looking. I was looking up here at our battle up here in the Pro-Ams, but it's Sean Wilkins who's pushing Sheridan now, and Voigt is kind of falling off the pace here early. But he may be running a fuel strategy or something. It's hard to say. Let's see, I forgot to turn the cameras on tonight. You can't count on me for anything.
We only get flipped off anyway.
That's true. That's from Holland. So that's again another reason not to put him on. Give him any. We got Crosby and Voigt are the only two, but we do have Voigt. So got to see the fly one last time.
fly. Why is he called the fly again? I forgot.
Because those goggles look like a fly's eyes.
I see. Yeah. They are massive.
Yes. And that's actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's a Pimax headset there. That's one of the, if that is a Pimax, that's one of the fancy top of the line type headsets.
See, the thing I want to know with a VR setup is, does he actually have a TV monitor in front of him as well, or does he just look like an absolute lunatic with a steering wheel facing a wall?
Well, it could be either one. I mean, most people who have a VR setup do have some form of monitor in front of them. But it would even be funnier if he didn't.
But I know. Imagine you've got your friends round or whatever. This is my sim rig. What do you mean? You're just facing a wall. What are you doing? Oh dear. It's my.
I apologize there. My could not get to my mute button quick enough.
Just imagining. Mendoza and Kizak are side by side again. There's an investigation into those two at the moment, by the way, as well, which I wonder what's happened between them. But there's Kizak. I think back ahead of Mendoza, or holding him off.
No. Here you go.
Yeah, so this is maybe what happened. Lunge at turn 5, is it? I've seen this episode before. He searches one way, then the other. Oh no, wow. Well,
tandem spinning.
You don't see that very often. Mendoza going one side to the other, went too deep and locked it up and spun. And Kizak getting scared on the outside, I guess, broke too late and spun on the outside. Goodness me.
Yeah, I would say that's what. Yeah, that was a reactionary spin more than anything else, I think.
Yeah. Dear, oh dear. Well, there you are. That's something you don't see every day. Well, Mendoza's coming back again anyway here on Kizak, and maybe there's going to be a move here for the position. Again, a slide that he has to catch. Mendoza's rear end looks very, very loose. Forget that's how he went off at turn 4 on the opening lap as well, when he tried to turn in, the rear end getting away from him. And it's happening again in this battle here with Kizak, although he can't get past. Kizak holds on to 6th place again.
Well, I think part of the reason that the rear end is this loose on these cars, this track temperature out here is insane tonight. It's went down. It was 114 earlier, so still 108 degrees though. So that's up there, So it makes it pretty slick out there, especially at this old circuit anyway.
Bit wide for Kizak. Here comes Mendoza again, surely on the way towards turn 4. Wider entry to turn 3 to try and get that. Just looks loose everywhere at the moment, Mendoza. I suppose when you overheat your rear tyres, that's sort of it. And you can't really come back from that, but can't make the move this time around. Bassen's had a slowdown, which now puts him behind Lorenzo Araujo, who's somehow leading the... How's that happened? Lorenzo Araujo is now leading the... he's just past Schaefer, obviously, and he's just past Bassen now as well, so he's up to 2nd overall in the GT3s, and there's the biggest gap we've seen for a while in GT3 Pro now between Williams and Bassen.
Yeah, it's still not that far apart, really, but Arroyo up here, I'm trying to see no disrespect to Lorenzo, but I'm trying to see if Bassen had some sort of incident that allowed Arroyo to get by him, or did he literally pass him on pace?
I think it was because of that slowdown for Bassen that.
Let's see, just real quick. We got time to take a look.
See if he went wide here, maybe. No,
not really.
Oh no! He got a slowdown from the previous corners. There he is slowing down now. It's the car when I was mentioning it in the track map there through turn 7 and 8. The only place you can cut really on this circuit, because there's gravel everywhere else, is the turn 7 into 8 curb jump there, which Bassen must have done, and then I had to slow down on the next available straight, and that let Lorenzo Araujo straight through. But he was all over the back of him anyway, to be fair.
Yes, and to be fair, it's not like Bassen just blew right back by him, which if you go back one season to where Arroyo was pace-wise and being brand new to sim racing in general, he has really progressed quite quickly to find this level of pace in my eyes anyway. I think so. 6 months is not very long to get up to the pace of a Paul Basson or a Robbie Williams, you know.
No, indeed.
As we see Aguilar here.
Yep, traffic for the first time. Now, this race, by the way, looks like Aguilar's in a big lead. It looks like, well, how is he ever going to lose this? But I'll tell you, Sean Wilkins is coming at the moment. He has passed all of the primes now. He's actually given Sheridan a 4-second lead now, actually, in all of that. And now he's run down Turnbull for second. I think Sean Wilkins is well on for a potential race victory here today. He was a couple of attempts slower than Aguilar last time round, but because of all the traffic and the overtake that he's having to do at the moment, it's a little bit misrepresentative of where he actually is on speed. I think Wilkins could be the fastest driver in this field at the moment, certainly in LMP2.
So we had somebody out there that was Jamaica something or another. I just put 2 and 2 together. I'm assuming that the Bahamas or Jamahamas or something. I'm assuming that is somebody here supporting Wilkins, since Wilkins is Jamaican.
I don't know if we can
maybe.
put
I don't know.
2 and 2 together.
I don't know.
First of all, is that flag actually real? Is that, the flag's real. Sorry, is he from there? I mean.
Well, that's a good question. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I have seen an Antarctica flag, and I'm pretty sure they're probably not similar. Although, if you were in Antarctica, I can't think of a better place in the entire world to sim race than from Antarctica, because there's nothing else to do there.
Oh, see, honestly, it's one of my fears. Other than being dropped in the middle of the deep ocean, my second biggest fear is to be dropped in the middle of Antarctica with no civilization for hundreds of miles around.
You have some very interesting fears. Let me just say that.
Why is that interesting?
I mean,
that's very normal.
Is it?
I think so.
I mean, I can at least understand the ocean, especially if you grew up during the Jaws movie era. You know.
Not even. I've never seen it. I couldn't see.
I knew you'd never seen it.
I can't watch that. You know, that's. I'm not going to be able to watch it. I just can't. I don't like the sea. You know, even watching other people in the sea.
So I'm guessing Titanic's not on your watch list either.
Oh, not a chance. That's I mean, why would I watch something that is describing my worst fear? It's not going to make it any better. God, exposure therapy or whatever they call it. I'm not sure that's going to work by watching Titanic or Jaws.
I personally think that we need to get together and we need to have a pool party where you watch a movie from in the pool, and we watch Jaws while being in the pool.
Oh my God! I didn't really. I would swim now, but I didn't even really like swimming in pools when I was a child.
But Mendoza is in the pits.
Yeah. He's been there for a little while, but he's not yet past 30 seconds. Yeah, so it's a normal stop, but it's just a bit on the early side, looks like.
I would think that's a bit on the early side, but maybe that they can,
I think he can go to the end from there. It's just a bit early to stop now, really.
No, he definitely can't go to the end from there. It's a 90-minute race.
Sorry, make one more stop and make it to the end.
Yes.
As in, he doesn't have to make 2 more stops to make it to the end, even after it. Yeah, so he can make it to the end in that sense. But yeah, it is a bit early, and Aguilar's and everybody else going on to a 16th lap. We've been told that they can get 19 out of an LMP2 here, so yeah, as long as there's not more than 38 laps in the race from now, then he'll be fine. Mendoza to get to the end.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's probably within his 2-stop window. And maybe he's kind of backing it up, making his short stop this one, And since maybe he didn't plan on taking tires here, maybe he plans on taking tires on the long stop when he needs to take the most fuel, which would make sense.
Yeah, fuel and tyres are no longer done at the same time in this series. Am I getting that right? Every series has done it differently since that new rule.
Oh, yeah, that's true, huh?
If you can do it at the same time, then you can do it every stop. But so I think this series allows you to do it at the same time. Jason Holt will have to remind us. Probably getting sick of reminding us. But I'm very forgetful. And as I say, about half the series have gone for, yes, they can do it at the same time. And the other half have gone, no, they can't. So yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare. But anyway, if you can, then these stops are long enough for you to be able to do all that at the same time. Other suggestions for the other American track, by the way, Mid-Ohio. Charlotte Roval's a joke one.
Definitely not. Neither one of those will happen, 100%.
Not Mid-Ohio's a maybe.
Nah, it's not popular. It's not popular enough. There's no reason they would bring that one in. It's it's a tough course to pass on. It's not that popular. When iRacing series go there, it doesn't get the best attendance at all. If they're going to put something in, they're going to put something in that's popular.
Yeah, fair enough. Just another suggestion. It's better than Charlotte Roval's suggestion.
I like the last suggestion there that I saw, which was let's strap Ewan down in front of a TV and play the Abyss for him.
Don't know what's
it's probably one of the worst, thief movie type nightmares. Yeah, it's bad.
I just can't do it. I can't. I mean, and that's House and Holiday, by the way, and it's Smurf account. I wish people just would write their name. But anyway, that's a very old thing to say from me there. But
yes, and you're not very old, but yes, I mean, it would be nice to have. Look at the Major League Sim Racing guys are out there. That's good. Nice guys.
House and Holiday says he wants to dap up a penguin.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, if that's about all you can do, that and run from polar bears if you're in Antarctica. I don't know what else you could do. Dap up a penguin. Oh.
I do like the look of a penguin, but I just would like to be dropped in the middle of Antarctica with them all. That's all. Yeah, so, anyway, it's going to be one of those races.
Yeah. It's not long before we just pull race control in and have us and have us another podcast.
Speaking of race control, by the way, Jason Hollander's obviously remind us that it still IMSA rules this season, which means they can do it simultaneously. And the Race Labs software is showing 55 laps potentially of racing today, which means that Mendoza in that case wouldn't be able to make it because he could go to lap 52 if this is a couple of 19 lap stints like predicted. Then he could only go to lap 52, and that would be 3 laps short. So, he might not be safe in that case, Mendoza. And by the way, to make it to the end, it seems that 3 18 lap stints would be fine, or 2 18 and 1 19 lap stint would make it to the end of the race for all of these drivers. So, there's not a big window for these drivers on fuel, it seems, with 19 laps maximum.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it at all. I thought for sure that the window would be a little wider than that, but especially since a lot of tracks we see 35 minutes, so that you would think that would buy them a little bit of time. Kind of funny there. The admins are commenting about Arroyo's performance here. The fact that he's able to stay in between Williams and Basson here is. He might be getting a promotion next season.
Well, I mean, if he is, then how many of the primes are going to get promotions? Because he's fifth in the he's going to finish fifth in the points. Have you heard this season?
Yes, but he missed some events as well, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, if you're talking about pure pace here, he's, I mean, again, I think pace is fine. I think where Arroyo's problems have come in is mistakes. He's certainly minimized.
Isn't that what makes you a prime?
Yeah, no, it is. That's kind of my point. I think he's got the pace to play up there necessarily, but I think he still probably is trying to avoid making as many mistakes. But he has gotten a lot better.
Trying to avoid the pro class.
Right, you're going to spin it now just so you can
win some more.
I mean, there are plenty. The funny thing is, there are plenty of people out there that do that. To my knowledge, in any league that I've seen Arroyo in, I have not seen him win yet. So, to be fair, until you want to race in Pro-Am, I personally don't think you should be moved up.
Yeah, because that is a big barrier to get down.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's one thing to have the pace, but it's another thing to put it all together and win a race. And that's,
Actually, yeah.
you know,
Actually get it over the line.
yeah, sure.
I started racing when I was 13, for example, and I was I was so nervous about racing. I was like shaking when I was in the lead, literally shaking, which is just so strange to think about. But that was 10 years ago, so you know it's normal. And you know, you just after about 3 months of shaking when I was in the lead, and then getting passed when I was in the lead, I eventually managed to get it over the line once, and after that it was all gone. So
So eventually the shaking stops.
yeah, when you've won one, it's not a novelty anymore, you know.
Oh, well,
But I
I'll
was
get there
shaking with
eventually
nerves
then.
when I was leading, back when I was leading.
I keep trying to
took me about
find
3 months.
older guys' leagues. You know, I joined the OGRL, which we broadcast here on the channel on Sunday mornings for the Coffee Cup. I joined that thinking I'd be, you know, able to race against those old guys, and that didn't work. So then I joined the over 60 league, and I can't win in there. So next I'm gonna go for the, you know, the Hardy 100 crew or something like that, and see if I can make some damage at that level or something.
Oh dear.
Oh, yeah. Well,
My racing days are
it's
behind
funny because it's partially true. That's the bad part.
I broadcast well, occasionally broadcast a league that is for 60 plus.
Yeah.
years old.
No, that's the same league. Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
They do some stuff on Race Spot, I think it is, or
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Occasionally,
it. Same group of guys. Yeah, I can't win in there either.
Yeah, some of them are very fast.
They
Yeah,
are
some of them
very.
very
There are
fast.
some very fast guys in there, actually.
It's sort of a misnomer that the older you get, the slower you get. Really. I
Yes,
think.
I agree.
It sort of depends on the person, really. But I guess sim racing wasn't around to the level that you know when you guys were 20 or so maybe we don't see the difference. You see what I
Oh,
mean?
cars were barely around when I was 20. I was damn fast in a horse and buggy, though. Let me tell you.
I'm still riding a horse around. Oh dear.
Oh, you know what's funny though is my parents were old when they had me, and literally my parents actually rode in a horse and buggy. That is so frightening to think. Now Kizak's in. This is a little more in line with the timing, though. I think we'll
It
probably.
is, but it's 1 lap later than Aguilar, but it's still 1 lap at least earlier than Turnbull, Wilkins, and Voigt, who've all carried on again.
Yes. Well. I mean, and you know, all of that. Well, Wilkins has been flying, obviously, which he is.
Although he's back behind Turnbull, he's had an incident somewhere because he's back behind Turnbull again. I don't know if there's a ghost incident maybe that we've not had show up, but he's 3 seconds back behind Turnbull again. He definitely passed him earlier.
Well, if I'd put the amazing software up that Jason Holland spent so much time building for me, I had it open, just didn't have it up in front of me. I probably would know if something happened.
John Voigt done like that, by the way, just a little bit wide through turn 9, getting a small slowdown penalty. He's carried on though and they carry on for another lap onto lap 22.
Oh.
So by the way, if Mendoza can do these 22 odd lap stints, then he'll be absolutely even 21. Then he'll be fine on fuel, by the way. So it seems that they can go a little bit further than the 19 laps initially looked at, and so they'll be absolutely fine on fuel to make it on 2 stops today. Mendoza, even though he stopped very early.
Yeah, I mean, 14 was really early though. I mean, I guess it's going to depend. Still, I think he still could be edgy on that. You know, whether or not he's going to make it or not.
Yeah, maybe. If it has, but you know, if he can go, you know, even a bit as long as these guys, then he should be fine. I mean, 21 laps once and 20 laps, which should be fine. And John Voigt's just done 21 laps, and he's now into the pit lane. So that's a big difference with Sheridan. He's carried on for an extra 2 laps, but he's going to have to find a different way to win here, John Voigt, because he doesn't seem quite as quick as Sheridan so far tonight.
No, not tonight. And again, maybe that 1 lap extra, you know, on the fuel run could be part of that plan. You know, shaving off time on the next pit stop. Who knows? You know, I don't know. Like you said, he's got to find some other way to do it. If I'm being honest, though, I question to some degree. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, no. That is not good news.
Oh, and
he's towed back to pit lane. This is potentially championship defining here for John Voigt. Let's keep watching this camera here, see what he's trying to do. He is escaping again.
He's done.
Is he done?
Looks like it. He picked his phone up. Yep.
He's taking his gloves off. He's getting out the seat.
Yep,
that is the
done.
championship battle over in LMP2 Pro-Am. John Voigt retiring from this race, retiring from his aspirations of winning in this season. The LMP2 Pro-Am Championship's going to go the way of Jacob Sheridan. By the looks of things at the moment, John Voigt has come out of the pit lane. Let's see what happened to him here.
It's not letting me look at his incident.
This is it. This is it.
Oh, he just came out of pits. Okay. So he wrecked it.
And he just hold it off down. Now, can you go cockpit with that replay there? Just see if the wheel's locked up or something, disconnected the wheel maybe?
Yes, I can.
If it sort of pulls hard left and maybe for some reason put the brakes fully on, I don't know, but see if there's anything weird with the steering here, because it looks like that was a driver intentionally doing that to themselves so far. Oh no, oh no. No, he's still got control. He's just done that. And,
I don't know what happened there, but I was literally about to say when that happened, I clicked the camera on him, and I was literally about to say, I don't know if he truly felt like he deserved to win this championship. You remember what happened last week? And he came in and said that he felt bad that that happened to that happened to Sheridan last week. The incident, the black flag that cost him. Wasn't it a black flag at the end of the race because they got together?
Sheridan, it was a 15-second time penalty that he had.
Yes, that's what it was. And he felt like that he didn't feel like he deserved to win the race. And so he felt bad. You know, I wonder if there was something in that played into that.
Maybe.
Because I don't know that he would have, not that he was going to beat Sheridan tonight anyway, but I wonder if that was potentially something that, if that could have played into that a little bit. I wonder if is he anywhere in a thing, in one of the rooms or anything, chats?
I don't see him.
No.
I don't see him, unfortunately. It looks like someone who's sort of got something to attend to in real life to me.
I mean, he did get up and out of there pretty quick, didn't he?
I mean, not manically quick, but he did pull off the road pretty urgently there.
Yeah, and he grabbed his phone immediately, then he stripped off his gloves and got right out of the sim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, I guess fate has a weird way of working things out, like he didn't feel like last week that he should have been in that spot, and maybe that's...
I hope it isn't that, because what's he being so nice for? I mean, come on. That's not what we want to see. Anyway.
Oh, Jason Holland saying something about I wouldn't want to be in a split where Jim wins a race. Oh, you wouldn't be. You would nowhere near be in my split. You're way behind me, for sure.
Great.
Jason Holland is one of the few people on iRacing that I could whip.
I don't believe that.
Oh no, I'm probably faster than Jason, for real. I'm not as slow as I make myself out to be, if I'm being completely honest. Especially not when it comes to oval racing.
I've not seen you drive for a long time, I must say. Since the
I was literally only on iRacing about 3 months the last time you saw me race. I do remember that you and James had a lot of fun at my expense at Mount Panorama. I remember that.
I don't remember that from there.
Oh yeah, well James especially, it's like, why is he going so slow?
Oh, dear.
Yes, and it was, well, as we see our GT3 starting to make their first pit stops. Oh, yeah. Well, the worst thing was somebody spun on the mountain, and, you know, of course, the word is don't try to do a 9-point turn and turn the car around on the mountain, right? Just tow it, get out of the way. And sure enough, I forget the guy's name now. He runs the High Point League. He spun, and I come around the mountain, man, and he's in there trying to 9-point turn it, and I just blasted him, just, you know, run him over, and, you know, and then I was trying to drive with damage, and James was like, why is he going so slow? He just pulled over on the side of the road and stopped. I was doing something to I don't know. But anyway.
I don't really.
Yeah, I mean, you only broadcasted about 1,500 races since then, probably.
Not even joking. It's probably knocking on 1,000. So.
Oh, yeah. And yeah, that was like 2 years ago almost, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah. You do. How many races do you do a month? Do you have any idea? Just for curiosity's sake.
No, I don't know. I mean, on average a week, it's probably 15.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because
that makes it sound like a lot, because I mean, one of them's less than an hour each week. One's 45 minutes. You know.
But still, I mean, at the height of when I was doing an immense amount of work, I was. By the way, we got a nice battle going on here. I was doing 50 plus races a month, and I know that you work more than I do. You know, I mean, because like right now, you're literally up at. What is it, 3 o'clock in the morning?
20 past 3 in the morning.
Yeah, you know, and you're working at 3 in the morning, and you do this on the regular, you know. So,
yeah, it's true.
You know, yeah, it's insane. I don't think people have any idea, you know, that they just think that, oh, they're just doing this for fun, you know. But I mean, it's a lot of work to do 15 or 20 races a week, you know, to do the research and all the things that it takes to make these happen. And I can appreciate how professional you are about that as well. You know, you always show up prepared. And by the way, I'm doing this instead of giving you a raise. I'm just going to praise you for a little bit instead of a raise. But, you know, showing up prepared and, you know, every week and showing up for that matter, you know, there's plenty of we get our fair share of no shows in this business, but you know, so yeah, so that's your raise for this coming quarter anyway.
Didn't know they were quarterly.
They're not, I can promise you.
Be due about 8 by now. Anyway, as you say, good battle here for second place. And off right in front of them. That's Schaefer. That's Timothy Schaefer, another previous leader of a class, going off the road.
Oh,
he's got a black flag next to his name, and he's gone now.
Oh, my goodness. You know, with all these championships settled, I think it just makes it, you know, it's too easy to just get out of here when something happens.
That was very odd. He just went straight on there, Schaefer, right in front of these two.
Yeah.
They would have had to get past him, but in the end...
No, that's probably not the right angle.
Well, it might be if he's got a halfway through, but let's see here. He slides.
He just... Yeah, no, I mean, didn't really affect him. He just kind of overdrove it there, looks like a little bit. And I don't know. I think that there's probably a level of, you know, at this point you're, let's see how far we are into this thing now. You know, 45 minutes in, you know, and you kind of get yourself out of the contention with your guy you're battling with. You know, I could see just calling it an evening, you know.
Speaking of that, by the way, the fact we're 45 minutes in, Batson just went 25 laps on a tank of fuel, which is very close to halfway. without having to make a second pit stop. So I wonder whether Paul Basson is trying it. We're not going to see a side-by-side battle anymore, potentially, between Williams and Basson, but we might see a strategy battle, as Basson went 25 laps there. And I'd say that, well, for a GT3, I think you see lap 28 up there, but for a GT3, that's very, very close to halfway here. And just maybe Basson's going to... Well, it says 2 mandatory pit stops at the top, so I'm not sure why he would try and do this on one stop, but or indeed what a mandatory stop has to constitute, but nevertheless, he's almost making it a full 45 minutes there, Paul Basson.
All right, let's see. Jason Holland posted something.
He's posting your iRating,
Well,
which is in sports car racing about 500.
My iRating has nothing to do with anything.
Oh, yeah. Well, how does it make you feel that my iRating is 1,000 higher than yours? I don't race. I haven't raced an official race in 2 years. I don't race officials. Only thing I ever do is any kind of league stuff. So I wouldn't have any. But now I'm looking at the what happened. I thought he said something about. Oh, he's just making fun of my iRating. I thought he was posting something about Jason Holland. Yeah, no, I haven't. I have not run an official race in forever. I can't. I just don't ever do them. Fair enough. I mean, it's premature. I don't know if I ever have done a league on iRacing.
Yeah, I just got away from the officials because they're. The crash fest and I prefer league racing. People are a little more, a little bit more respectful. Maybe not, but we can definitely Holland. We can definitely have a grudge match somewhere and go head to head one day. I'd be glad to do that just for the fun of it. We could even record it.
Have you never actually raced each other?
No, we never raced each other. I don't race anymore. I mean, I literally haven't. If I get to race with the broadcast schedule I have, if I get to race once a week, it's a miracle. Yeah. I haven't. I've been moved 6 weeks. My rig's still not set up. Oh, here he comes. He's coming in to talk trash now. Here he goes.
Set it up, my friend. Set it up.
Oh, you really probably don't want to do that, but if you really want to, we can.
We just do a 1v1 on Rust and settle it that way.
We can do a what?
Old school. 1v1 on Rust or whatever, Call of Duty.
Oh, well, no, that's a... Yeah, I know. Any other game, you'd probably kill me in now. But, do you have LMU?
I do have LMU. I don't ever play it. But
okay, because I'd be even more apt to take you up on that on Le Mans Ultimate. But
flat spotting tires is the worst addition I've ever seen in my life. And that's
are you kidding me? Flat spotting tires is a real thing. iRacing should absolutely.
It wakes up the entire neighborhood when it happens.
Flat spotting tires is real.
I agree, but the force feedback on it is not. It's awful.
Yeah, if you enjoy iRacing where you can stomp the brakes and not flat spot the tires, I'm sure it is.
I agree with the theory of flat spotting tires, but the implementation on LMU makes me want to jump off a bridge every time I flat spot.
Have you ever driven a car that had a flat spotted slick tire on it?
In real life?
Yeah.
I bet it does feel like that. Doesn't mean I'm going to pay money to sit there and do it.
Well, there you go, folks. I think this controversy has been squashed right here. Here we go.
Shake my rig out of the house when it
don't flat spot your tires. That's the whole point.
I agree. I'm with you. Like, there should be punishment, but it shouldn't be like breaking down your rig punishment.
Oh, this is going to get good. Oh, he backed out of it a little bit.
Well, yeah. Well, he had to.
Sean Wilkins is fast.
Yeah, he is.
Well,
isn't he really Jamaican?
I have no idea.
No. Does he talk with a "hey man" kind of accent?
Well, that's inappropriate. Yes.
Why is it inappropriate?
You're gonna ask him if he's on a bobsled team next?
Oh, come on! I want to hear that.
What, an English accent?
Are you dead, Mom?
I want to hear an English accent. Yeah.
I can do an Australian accent for you, or
No, I want to hear an English one.
I can't do an English one.
What did you say?
I was going to do the worst accent ever for Australia. I was going to go, let's throw another shrimp on the barbie.
Oh, God.
No, it was
I hope Hamish is
intentionally
still
bad.
listening. I know he was here. I hope Hamish is still watching.
Oh, was he in here earlier?
He was in here earlier, yeah.
Oh, if I knew he was around tonight, I'd have passed this broadcast off to him since it's going to be his next season, and I'd have taken the night off.
Well, it might be. He might not have been able to stay for the whole thing. I don't know, but he messaged about San Diego adding that to the LMU. Obviously, a joke.
That was him that said that. Okay, yeah.
Right,
No,
This is
one of
actually
them,
a
yeah.
great track on here. It's a lot of fun.
what is?
San Diego.
Yeah,
we race
but
it in
no,
another
but it's
league.
just
a lot
obviously
of
it's not
fun.
going to be, I
Yeah.
think Long Beach, though, I don't know whoever suggested
It could
Long
be.
Beach, but I think Long Beach is a viable option if they were going to add a street circuit because, IMSA's been going there for 100 years, and it's raced Formula One there. They've raced Indy cars there regularly. IMSA races there. I mean, that could be a legitimate sixth track.
Well, A, can LMU's engine support a street track? And B, that's a lot of resources to put in because building a street track's got to be a lot more work than just a normal track.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the engine certainly can handle it. Their engine's stronger than iRacing's by a mile.
Yeah.
As far
Oh,
as
there it is. That's a mistake for Turnbull, by the way, as Wilkins finally gets
there it
through.
is.
He mentioned
I'm
that he's
sure
Whoa!
he's not going to be done with him, though.
No, and I was thinking about whether Wilkins could actually catch Aguilar, because don't forget he was last at one point when he went off through the first,
Yes.
or certainly towards the back. There's a flash of the lights. That's Robbie Williams right in front of him. And that might well open the door again for Turnbull, who comes down the inside, but Wilkins chops his nose off, and he's now properly in second, but I'm not sure he can catch that 11.5 seconds in half an hour.
No, yeah. Yeah, 35, 37 minutes, whatever it is now. I don't think that's a long time.
Also, to Housen Holiday, who's mocking me in the YouTube chat, I wasn't bragging about having 1500 R rating. I know everyone starts with that. I have at least preserved it, so there you go. That's more than some of us in
You
this
start
chat
with
can say.
1350 actually, so no.
yeah, so
Harrison's
you've
not really-
increased it. Yes, that's right.
There we go. I think about 1600 as well. Not to brag.
Yeah, no, my I rating. When I first got on iRacing, I thought that I have to get to where I can drive these, the GTP cars or whatever, So I got to get to A as fast as possible. So I would just ride around at the back and finish last and build safety rating so I could rocket up through the thing. I made it from rookie to A in about 2 months, but my I rating tanked because of it, and then I realized after I got there that if I was just going to race in leagues, I didn't need to do that, and it didn't matter because I could just buy the car and race in the league,
I progressed through the classes there with at the in the sort of minimum amount of time, in the same way to do the Spa 24. I was under pressure from my teammates to progress through quickly enough, in the right amount of weeks or whatever to get my A licenses that you have to do that race. And
Yes, C.
C, yeah.
I was starting from scratch, so I had to with like 2 weeks to go, or whatever the minimum is. So, I can't remember, but that was a bit of pressure. But no, I just did the same thing, just run around at the back and gain some safety rain. Easily done.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot different in all these games, the way they do it. Which, I don't think iRating should be an indication of.
Of course, you'd say that.
Well, no, I mean, it's just, you got plenty of guys out there that just farm iRating, too.
Yeah, like Max Verstappen and.
Well, I mean, if we're being honest, and this is probably going to be controversial, and I'm okay with that as well. Max got caught cheating on iRacing. He got caught 45 minutes after he got out of the car at a Formula One race, and he was on iRacing racing. And that's impossible. the media stuff that they have to do, there's no way he could have gotten out of the car and been in his sim, even in his trailer at the track, in 45 minutes. It might have even been 30 minutes. It was something, it was impossible. And and he was on iRacing. So somebody was on there, one of his teammates from Redline or whatever was on there racing his account. I mean, I'm not saying he's not fast or anything like that, obviously, but to be fair, have you ever raced against Max? I was in a race with him, and he's a bulldog, man. He runs people over. He does not.
He's got a Red Bull livery. That's what they all do.
Actually, he usually doesn't run a Red Bull livery. He usually runs at his Redline livery, but he's a bull, man. I mean, he does not. If you don't get out of his way, he'll push you out of the way. And he's famously wrecked out of a lot of big endurance races too. Pushing too hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not saying he's not a great driver, but.
Wasn't Ewan on one of the calls when he did it?
I have been on a commentary when he's done that before, yes.
What, wrecked out of
the one that went
It was Daytona at the International Horseshoe, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, that one, I was commentating on that one. I thought you were talking about one at Spa in a sort of meme race, really, but it reached the sort of fringes of mainstream media, I would say, as opposed to sim racing media, which is very small.
Right.
It reached the sort of fringes of the sort of small publications and stuff, and so that was one also that I was around for, which was one that he's he probably took somebody out there, proper sort of rage quit style on that occasion. So yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just. I guess the way he races, that's, but, which, to be fair, if I was ever going to get knocked out of a race by somebody, which I've been knocked out of plenty by a lot of people, I'd be more than happy to be knocked out by Max Verstappen if it was going to happen at all.
I do think he's done a lot of, it's maybe a conspiracy theory a bit, but I think he's done quite a lot of damage to the standard of driving in motorsport, if I'm totally honest.
I can see that. I will definitely say that he's done a lot for sim racing, maybe positive and negative.
I think
because
the way he races other people is complete disgrace to the sport, I think.
I would not disagree with that, and I think that Jason made a point. Anytime you see somebody in a Red Bull livery, I purposely stay far away from them. I really do, and it's kind of the running joke in sim racing. If somebody's running a Red Bull livery, stay out of their way because they're dangerous.
Between that and the go for gap quote are the two worst things for racing that's ever happened.
Oh, Ayrton Senna's thing?
Yes.
You know why he said that, right?
Drives me because he was trying not to get disqualified.
Well, so, yeah, no, I think the decision had already been made by the time that statement came out. But Jackie Stewart famously asked him about that incident because basically he wrecked Prost to keep Prost from winning the championship. And so Jackie Stewart asked him about it, and Ayrton Senna gave that answer, basically saying, if I didn't go for the gap, I'm not a racing driver. But years later, Jackie Stewart said, before he died, obviously, they didn't talk for a couple of years after that interview. And because Senna was mad at him for asking him that question on camera. And they ended up having a conversation much later, and Senna admitted to him then in that conversation that he did intentionally wreck Prost in that situation. And Stewart talked about it at some point in time,
It's hardly a confession, is it?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was obvious. Come on.
Didn't need to hear that.
Which is funny. I think Senna is one of the best drivers there ever was. But if you go back to that time period, I was actually an Alain Prost fan. or Alain Prost is actually how you say his name, but not in America
It's
apparently.
Alain.
So I was a Prost fan. So at the time, I didn't really care for Senna. I knew he was fast. I respected the fact that he was a fast driver. By the way, Aguilar has made his second pit stop here. Okay.
Yeah, he's the first to come. He's basically tried to come in on the hour as close as possible.
He's 18
Mendoza
and 18,
too.
it looks like.
Yeah, Mendoza would have had to come in. He stopped on lap
he
35,
actually-
but that would have been 23 laps on that stint. Sorry, 21 laps on him from that stint.
Yes, 21, because he did 14 on the first one. Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's got it back in line there. It looks like Mendoza,
Yep.
and
I wonder if he started with quali fuel, Mendoza, because we do a 15-minute quali, so it's people
14
adjust their
laps is
fuel.
quite a lot.
that'd be a lot
But-
for quali fuel. Even
People
That's what
just
you mean.
adjust the fuel though. It's not like a 2-lapper, so it's not
Well,
super low. So
I know,
he
but-
may have done that.
His
Well,
first,
Sheridan
I mean,
did.
his most recent stop was only 28 seconds, but his first stop was 24 seconds, which suggests he might
That
have filled it
doesn't-
up to the
that's
tank,
not
but he
it.
still had a bit of fuel left in.
yeah, I agree.
Never. What do you think, Mike?
Oh, Mike's in
I
here
was
with
just
us
trying to
too?
figure out what kind of pissing match I got brought into there. I was
Yeah.
reading the broadcast chat, and Rocky and
Nah,
Jim are like comparing sides over here or something. I don't know.
yeah. Well,
All I see is pictures of iRating.
Oh yeah, no, it's
At least
it's-
those, yeah. Let's keep those the pictures that we're seeing.
Yeah, let's don't.
Yeah, sorry, pictures
No,
of
I mean,
iRating. Let me
I'll
be
tell
clear.
you, my iRating is absolutely
No more
horrible.
pictures.
Like I said, I did it to myself. I purposely just kept joining races and would ride around at the back to get safety rating because I wanted to get the GTP car so I could race in IMSA.
Yeah.
When I joined, that's all I wanted to do. And then by the time I got to the car, I realized how hard it was to drive, and I didn't have the skill to drive it.
It is hard.
Well,
Oh,
not when the new Ferrari came out. You remember when that came out in GTP at
Oh, sure,
Le Mans? It was
yeah.
so broken. Thing was on rails.
yeah, that was. Yeah, so I learned my lesson the hard way, but then I just joined leagues, and I haven't official raced in so long. I do in LMU though.
You can tell. You really can't tell a driver's skill based on iRating
No.
because, like you said, I mean, take Alan Aguilar in our league for example.
Yeah, he's a
He very rarely
1700
does
I rating.
specials, but he's got the pace of a 3 or 4K guy easily.
Easily.
Well, David's 3.4, and was
Right.
up by about 10 seconds a while ago. So
Right.
We did have a 5.2K sign up yesterday for next season. So
Now I
that'll
will
be
say
fun.
this: when you get up to that 10,000 I rating level, those guys are for real.
Yeah.
Right.
There's quite a lot of them
Well,
these days.
There are quite a lot
I should
of them.
say, if they're already a high level, they're going to be pretty fast. It doesn't mean they have very good racecraft, but they're at least
No,
fast.
no,
But
yeah,
you
no.
can't always judge somebody that's low based on them being low and assume that they're slow. Maybe their racecraft is terrible, or maybe they just don't ever race officials. You just don't ever know.
Right. No, I mean, like I said, I just farmed all mine out. Never thought once, didn't care. Never thought about it. Never fazed me because you're not really judged by. The only thing that you get judged by your I rating for is what split you get put in.
Well, yep.
And so I never really cared. And then, like I said, by the time
That's
I
why
got there,
I love the. That's why I love the. What's it called? The Le Mans 24, the Majors 24 every year because you get split based on pace, not on I rating.
yes,
Because everybody has to pre-qualify, so you're
And sacrifice.
split based on what times your team does in pre-qualifying. So, like this past year, we had. I mean, I'm 2.3, Rocky's 2, and who else was on our team? Crosby is like 2.4, 2.5. We're all about the same pace, but I mean, we had 5K guys
we
in that
outkicked
split.
our coverage.
We had
we so outkicked our
1.2K
coverage.
guys. Yeah, we did outkick our coverage. We're all pretty quick at Le Mans, and then you get stuck in there with some guys that
We
are.
were, I mean, the
really
average
quick.
was probably 4K in our split. It was insane.
Yeah.
They don't make mistakes that often.
I was sitting here
Yeah, the
reading
biggest
some of the
difference
other
in
comments.
pace, even between 2K and 5K, is not necessarily pace. It's consistency and
Yep.
never making mistakes. That's
Hey, we got a
that's
2X on the
hard
board, Mike.
hump to get over.
Oh, we do
Oh,
have
yes,
a.
we do.
First thing to show on the board. in
Well,
30
here,
minutes.
let's
Yeah,
show
Eeyore.
it. We'll just show it right here for everybody.
Oh,
Ooh, that's not good for the bumper.
No. It's gone through the concrete there.
Yes,
yeah.
but it reattached
Didn't fall
itself,
off,
so it's
though.
okay.
Yeah. So it's fine.
Well, that's the first Mercedes
Good rejoin.
bumper that never fell off.
Yeah, no
That's
kidding,
true.
right? There's been nothing going on in race control this game.
Well, I mean, there's, everybody just kind of, it's been for about the past 30 minutes, it's been a riding around festival with the exception of these two.
Yeah. What was the
Crosby's at
notification that came
21X.
through about Mendoza's battle earlier on?
Oh, they had
Slightly
a
missed.
synchronized spin.
Oh, yeah.
Him and
Yeah.
the other guy. Y'all watched it.
Yeah, we showed it, yeah.
Later.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
a
I didn't
synchronized-
realize if there was something else. Okay.
No, that's all we've sent out. Looks like Crosby's on 21X, Jordan Cox is on 14, Sean's on 13, RJ's on 21.
Well, see, there you go. Crosby's on. He's at 24. He's the highest.
22 now. He's at 22.
What, I rating? Oh,
no,
no.
he's at 22 incidents right now.
No,
He
I was
just-
talking
he
about his
just
I
at
rating.
22.
He's the highest I rating of this whole group of all of us that are talking, right? Mike, what's yours?
Right at 2.4.
Mike's had a
It's
bad
like
run last week.
2360 something. I think.
Okay, so Crosby's got the highest
Me and Crosby
I rating
run
of all
almost
of us.
identical lap times. As a matter of fact, Rocky did a AI Claude Gemini. I don't even remember what it was now. Like trying to see where the three of us, like our lap times. I don't even remember what track it was. But me and
It was like
Crosby
10
were
tracks.
so identical that it
couldn't
didn't-
pick 'em
It
apart.
thought we were the same driver.
It could, and I gave it the
That's how
telemetry. I
close our
gave
lap
it
times
everything.
are.
It-
Like, telemetry readings, like sector times. We all, and it's
Oh,
always
hundreds
that
of
way.
laps.
If we learn a new track, well, our Discord keeps track of Garage 61. Like if somebody sets a new fastest lap time or whatever, and me and him just constantly go back and forth. Like he'll beat me by a tenth, and I'll beat him by a tenth. Like we're always within like 1 to 2 tenths of each other. On
And then
lap
how
time.
close
Always.
is- how
It's
close
the
is
most
Jason?
uncanny. It depends on the track. When he can be bothered to put in the time to practice, then he's just as fast as we are usually, at least
The
within.
guy, he's the only
4
single
tenths.
one out of the group.
I know,
I have a little
but he
bit of
gets-
ADD, man. I don't like practicing.
Well, he has a lot of ADD, so I'll get a message at like 7:45 on a Sunday night. Hey, let's run the Formula One Grand Prix at tonight. I'm like, brother, no, I don't. Hey, let's run Draft Masters. Hey, let's run IndyCar Oval at Iowa or something. I'm like, man, squirrel.
How much practice you done? Well, I just bought the track, so come join me.
That's hilarious.
I stopped doing it in
Puts his
sports
time
car.
in
and
for
I'm
special
only-
events, though. We put our time in for special events.
And I'm a
We
defensive
always try
driver.
to-
I'm not. I'm there to plug time and to keep people from passing. That is my and rain. I'm a good rain driver too, but I'm not the speed demon or the starter.
Well, there
By
you
the
go.
way, is that it? Yeah, there we go. By the way, Alan Aguilar's come out behind Turnbull here after the
did,
final
yeah.
pit stops. Turnbull's last stop was 9 seconds shorter, nearly 10 actually, shorter than Aguilar for whatever reason, and that has given Turnbull the lead here. Wilkins was a little bit longer, but he took 4 tyres, so he's also slower right now, but might come good in the next 20 minutes or so when those tyres come up to temperature. We might have quite a close finish on our hands here.
That would be fun since we lost our.
Yeah, that went bad, didn't it?
So did he ever respond and let you know what was going on? Or
Yeah, he just had an issue to take care of.
oh, okay.
Big deal. So.
Well, to be fair,
He
he
congratulated Jacob.
felt last week that he didn't deserve to win that race last week. You know, he said it in the interview.
Well, he's not the one making those decisions. He deserved every bit of it.
No, I know, but I feel like that there was some level there that he felt like he probably
Yeah, I mean, I may have been part of it. I don't know.
didn't deserve to win the championship had he won it tonight. You know, I just think he felt like that. You know, last week he didn't take care of his business, but then that 15-second penalty kind of helped him. And the question is, can Alan get back by Turnbull with older tires?
Well, I don't know if he's got older tyres, Jim. I think neither of them. I think maybe. Well, I don't know if Aguilar actually took them at all. We didn't see his pit stop, but
It wouldn't have cost them time, so I can go back and look real quick.
But yeah, I mean, he would have had time to do it, but he wouldn't have been waiting on tyres like we saw Wilkins was. 26 seconds is longer than what you need for 4 tyres, so he might have changed for there, Aguilar, but yeah, it's put him out behind Turnbull anyway, and it doesn't seem to have a massive advantage right now, if I'm honest.
Well,
Alan,
Crosby got his
Alan took
second
tires. His
flag
car went up
and
on.
disconnected.
Okay, so Aguilar and Wilkins are on tyres.
So Turnbull took
I'll
no
check
tires
that.
the whole race.
I'll check Turnbull's here now. Hold on.
Well, he clearly didn't last time because his pit stop was only 17 seconds.
It's,
yeah, he
they're
definitely
free. Oh,
definitely-
no, if it's 17, yeah, you're right.
He definitely didn't in the second stop, but I don't know about the first stops. Didn't see that at the time.
He definitely didn't on the second. Watching that, you're correct there. Let me find his first one. He had to have taken him on the first one.
Yeah, sure.
I can't imagine going an hour and a half.
If anybody can do it.
Track
Well,
check.
especially Barcelona, though, with this heat, this track temperature, man, that's a long time to run on a set of tires. I mean, there's plenty of guys that do triple stint tires for sure.
I'm pulling up his first stop now. He took him on the first stop.
Well, the booths just got more crowded. It's just like we're all gathering in the broadcast booth today. I don't know that I've ever had 5 people in the broadcast booth before.
Well, not since this time last week, obviously.
Well, there was only 4 then.
No, Crosby came in for a few
did he?
minutes then as well.
Oh,
Don't even
okay.
remember. Wow.
I've done a few races since then.
He probably
got a
took
5 minute
2X coming in the
segment.
booth.
Oh, is that a drive-through? Did they give him his next drive-through or what?
Probably.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, they got a little wide there.
Yeah, I'm quite impressed he's holding on the way that he is at the moment, given the tyre
Hey,
difference.
Yeah, well, because Aguilar's tires are up to temperature now.
Yeah.
And we'll see if Wilkins is going to close. In fact, we'll do this. We'll ride with Aguilar since we can watch them, and we'll set this to see if they're being caught by. We'll go
This could be
behind.
a tough hole
Aguilar
for
might make
David.
the pass here in towards turn 1. He's closing, and he could have done there. He broke later and nearly hit him, but he wasn't looking down the inside. Wasn't looking in the right place. So Aguilar can't get past. He has another look down the inside. Turn 3, can't do it there either. Yeah, this is good defending so far from Turnbull. And as you can see there, Wilkins is closing. Last 2 laps over 1.6 seconds. That's averaged out, according to this, to 3 tenths a lap. It's coming down quicker than that, though.
Yep, he's only 19 laps away from catching him. Oh, 18 now. No.
That's what I mean. That's going to come way down, even by the end of this lap.
He's going to hope these two keep fighting for sure.
Yeah, he might not even need that. The pace he's going at the minute. But yeah, certainly if they start fighting, he'll be there very, very soon. But there is only 15 minutes to go. It's easy to forget. There's
He's
not actually that long
cut a
left.
full second out of it though, just since we've turned this on.
Exactly. 1.4 last time, and that was the first lap with warm tyres. I know these two are fighting, but even so.
Yeah, he's going to get there.
All right, boys. I'm going to let y'all call the rest of the race. Have a good one.
All right, man. So, Jason, since we've got you in here and Francis is in here, let's talk about next season a little bit while we're watching this battle here get hot and heavy.
Hold on. Hold on. Turnbull's got a big problem here. Alan Aguilar got a much better run there because of the traffic there, because of the Mercedes right in front of Turnbull. He had nowhere to go, really. And Aguilar goes straight through down the inside and into the race lead. Now, is that a pass for the race lead that isn't going to come back now for David Turnbull? Or can he respond? That was a pretty decisive pass, and that was really created by the traffic there.
Yeah, it was, but with the fact that he's out front now and he's by him with fresher tires, you got to feel like he's going to start pulling away.
Yeah, looks
That
like
was just terrible timing by Turnbull being around that corner.
Well, yeah, and just just kind of bad luck that Rodrigo is just in that spot right there. But you can see he's
Rodrigo
already
held his line. I just went and looked.
Yeah,
Rodrigo
no, he didn't do anything
there.
wrong for sure. It just bad luck, It's just where you catch traffic sometimes.
Traffic giveth and traffic taketh.
It definitely does. So, but let's talk about next season here for a little bit while we're watching this. I got a feeling we're fixing to see a Turnbull-Wilkins battle again here in just a lap or two.
Yeah.
About 2.5 second gap right now, I would say so.
Obviously we're moving the series to Thursday nights next season, which everybody seems to be pretty excited about. So that's going to be fun. I guess, and we made a schedule change this week, and can somebody care to pull that up and go over? Well, even you could pull it up and we could go over it.
I put it in the broadcast chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the right two guys for it because it was both our decisions to do this. I mean, after reviewing just generally sign-ups, it was a little bit slow, so we had to do something.
Yeah, so I'll just read out the tracks, the 12 consecutive weeks actually for this season. So Daytona to begin with, then Spa, Laguna Seca, Mosport, Bathurst, then Suzuka on the week of the Suzuka 1000, Silverstone the week after that, Road Atlanta obviously on Petit Le Mans week, Watkins Glen the week after that, the Nürburgring combined, Monza and Sebring to end the season. So a couple of special event coinciding races there with
Silverstone 1-2 is on the 24-hour Silver Sprint Car, whatever the new special event for this year. It's that week too. So
I think GT3s are in that as well, aren't they? So
they are. Yep.
Yeah, so that's a relevant special event as well. That's wow. So that's 3 in a row. That 3 special events, 3 weekends.
It
in a row.
is. Yeah.
Good grief.
Yep.
I'm gonna be dead.
It won't be long before we have a special event every week in iRacing.
I know. Oh god. So
I might be divorced if I do all 3 of those.
If I'm glad I don't have that problem at least. Christ.
Well, then in theory, you could have Jason Holland's disposable income.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Stop.
Hey, what kind
next
of
session's been
pedal
sponsored by
do you have,
CityQ.
Jason?
Right now, Thorpe 2s,
Oh,
Ace Attacks, and I've got a SemiQ Pro 3 wheel and a Sabu wireless wheel.
Ladies and gentlemen, it pays to be divorced twice.
well, in some ways it might, but in other ways it definitely does not. And I'm sure
My rig is still made out of wood. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, but we're moving to the new LMP2 as well, so we're getting some good feedback on that. That car's so much fun to drive.
Yeah. How is it? Tell us how it's different to the LMP2 that we see at the moment in this series.
Crosby, you were driving it the other day. You want to cover that?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, you get the higher rev band, which was like the original LMP2 spec when it came back into IMSA, I think in 2017 for the spec of it. You get 8,700 on the RPM. I think right now it cuts at 78 or 7,900, the limit on the RPM. You get a 600 horsepower. I forget what the difference is, but I think it's about 10% more than what it's got right now. And the weight drops by about 30 kilograms. So you get a much faster LMP2, definitely quicker out of the corners. It'll be a little bit easier to navigate GT3 traffic. I don't know if you guys have ever driven the LMP2 versus GT3s. Definitely a little slow to pull out of corners versus GT3s, but now it should be just a little bit better for them in that sense.
Yes, which is why when you get on a tighter, twistier track, the LMP2s really struggle to get by the GT3s currently,
Exactly. I think the biggest thing that most people can relate to is turn 6 at Daytona, coming onto the straight oval. If you're ever following a GT3 in there, you feel like you'll never beat them to the bus stop.
Is it? Do you have to be more careful on traction out of the corner like that with the extra power, or is that still fine? Is it still like glued to the road as it is now?
That's a great question. Listen, I only got to take it for one test session so far. It definitely, you can definitely feel the rear end kick out a little bit, but it's not. I don't feel like it's overdone. I don't feel like it's that much worse. But I'm also not a normal, regular LMP2 driver usually, so. It's what I'm switching to
the
next season,
LMP2s have traction control, though, don't they?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but
They
it
do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
So that
doesn't
shouldn't.
stop you from spinning on power.
No, but I mean, you could adjust the traction control to compensate for that to some degree. So,
Sorry, Alan kind of got a little loose coming around that corner.
well, I'm sitting here watching this this Wilkins Turnbull battle, which has materialized in far less laps than the 18 predicted.
Funny that. It's almost like including 3 laps and 2 which they pitted on is going to put it out of whack slightly. But anyway, the thing for Aguilar's going to be watching this in his mirrors very intently as well, because if Wilkins gets past quickly, then I'd be quite worried if I was Alan Aguilar. But at the moment, Turnbull is holding Wilkins back quite well, and that means that Aguilar's just being made a little bit more comfortable at the front of the race. So they go over the line there. It's probably 5 laps to go, so a 54-lap race overall. And the more laps that Wilkins spends behind Turnbull, the more likely I think it is that Aguilar wins this race. So maybe he will anyway, but it's getting more likely with the longer that he spends behind Turnbull here.
Yeah, Allen's slowly pulling away from him. He's not really ripping away from him, though. So if Wilkins could get by, he still could have, potentially close that gap up before the end of the race here.
I think this could be the last battle that we see, unfortunately, for Wilkins. I don't think he's quite going to get to first, get to Aguilar in time. Even if he makes a pass on this lap, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here looking at the time, and Allen is just slowly creeping away from him.
Yeah. By the way, in GT3, we've still only seen 1 stop from a big majority of the field. Williams and Basson, the only 2 pros left, have only made 1 stop so far. But it says that it's 2 mandatory stops here, Jason. So what does a mandatory stop actually constitute in this series?
Who said 2 mandatory stops? Where'd you get that from?
On the broadcast notes graphic thing.
Oh, that may have been made up. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
That's just
now
a
you know
report that
why
I'm
we're misinformed as broadcasters.
Yeah, that may I don't calculate that. That's the software does it, but I'll look at that. I don't know. Maybe it's the LMP2. Maybe it's saying there's got to be 2 mandatory because of the fuel usage. But no, there's no rule
Okay,
on mandatory
fine.
stops. Sorry.
That's all right. Nobody's noticed, so it's fine. Well, maybe they will carry that. Basson was by far the closest to making it on fit, but to be honest, Williams is almost in a situation where if he pits and Basson doesn't, he might still win anyway. The gap that he's got of 30 seconds now.
Yeah,
he's fast.
He is fast.
This would be another 24 laps, by the way. He did 24 laps first time round, so this will be another
Race
24.
Labs is showing 55 on the nose right now.
Yeah, but that's the LMP cars. But
Yeah, I can go to, let's see if it changes.
Is he coming
Robbie
in?
will
He
be
is.
51.9 for Robbie.
Oh, it's got. Oh my God, that was close. Jeez,
he almost,
he's so nearly hit that wall.
it's good
Oh
to
my
see.
God.
It's good to see Robbie come over here and race with you guys. I hope he signs up and races next season.
Oh my God, he almost hit that wall. You're not kidding.
Like
So
me, he
close.
also doesn't want a divorce, is what he told me. So he's only going to
Yeah,
stay
that's
in one
pretty
league for
much.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he's been saying. We're still working on him. He's a good driver.
He's a great driver. Yeah.
Watching
This
that from
is-
the cockpit.
This is
Oh my God, he's gonna need a change of pants after that one.
Crikey.
He didn't even crank the wheel though, man. He knew he had it.
He knew he had it. I would have panicked so hard there.
He
and just
didn't
ripped into
even
the wall.
twitch the wheel hard. He had it.
Wow.
I bet if we ask him at the end of this race, he won't even remember.
Nah, he didn't seem to like it. I think it looked worse on camera than it probably did for him because, usually you would see somebody react in the cockpit with the wheel, and he didn't. So, well, if even pitting, like you said, he still was able to maintain the lead.
I'm not sure Bassen's going to make it without stopping again anyway, given the way the amount of laps that are probably left here. So, yeah, it's looking difficult. I think it's 3 laps to go at the line for these guys, probably in GT3, and yet I think Bassen can only go for 1 more. So, yeah, I think that'll pretty much be it. And the last battle we see maybe in this season will be between Turnbull and Wilkins, although whether Sean Wilkins can actually get through or not, it's looking more and more unlikely the longer he spends behind him there.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, Turnbull did a great job of holding Aguilar back until he had made that little mistake,
I'm gonna let y'all call the rest of the race. Y'all have a good night.
Oh, yeah. That wasn't me being disappointed you're leaving, thank you.
No, you're good. Sean Wilkins is in now.
Sean Wilkins got a black flag. That's what I was reacting to.
Okay, gotcha.
Just sounded like I was super disappointed Jason Holland was leaving.
You're good. Y'all have a good night. We'll speak later.
You can cheer now that Holland's leaving. Yay!
1v1 me, Jim. Anytime, buddy.
Oh gosh. At what?
Yeah, no, we'll make that happen.
It just because I've not seen you drive for so long, it just seems so unlikely that you'd be able to beat anybody.
Yeah, he wins. Thanks.
I mean, what? Somebody who's not done any drive. I mean, somebody who's not done any driving. From what I've seen, how am I going to have a high expectations?
Because of my superior knowledge.
Yeah.
I obviously have superior knowledge, car knowledge that translates.
Experience.
I mean, to be
Life
fair, the
experience.
only reason that I called Holland out is because I've seen him race for several seasons now. And
I think you can definitely take him.
I mean, I do. I really honestly do. And, to be fair, I do. I really do. I don't, I would definitely have to put in a little practice because I literally have not touched my sim rig in 2 months now since I moved. So, or since I tore it down before I moved. So, but yeah, I really honestly do.
I didn't even move mine in with me. That's how. And I moved for reference 10 months ago.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Well, you work too much anyway.
I know, yeah. I know.
I'm pretty sure that the second you started getting in there and sim racing on top of your broadcast schedule, you would have no partner at home anymore.
I know, yeah.
To be fair, I'm surprised she puts up with your schedule as it is.
I know. She's got to wake up for a shift in 2 hours from now. I'm still awake shouting here. Dear me. Anyway.
That is pretty funny. And are you close enough to the room that she's in that she could hear you?
I'd suppose so, but
look, now all of a sudden you got quiet. You started whispering now that you're thinking about it.
Now I'm thinking. I know I can't think about it too much. Otherwise, I'll start whispering. But no, apparently it doesn't wake her up. Apparently.
Man, she's a keeper then, for sure.
Yeah. Or a deep sleeper.
Yeah, well, but either keeper because she's a deep sleeper. So if I were to do this any proximity near my wife, she would be throwing things at me to get me to shut up. So
to be honest, if it was worse, I think I would as well. So I don't know how.
Well,
also, the other people, as Aguilar, by the way, takes the last lap of the season. By the way, takes the white flag. Also, the other people who live, next door. We live attached, obviously, next door, either side. I've no idea.
Now you're whispering even more. Have you not gotten a complaint yet in 10 months?
Nope.
Oh well, they're probably dead then.
They're definitely alive. But yeah, I don't know. Don't know why. But,
Luckily, you
apparently nobody
picked
can
the
hear.
only deaf couple in your part of England to move in next door to. That was a good thing.
What on one side they're fairly elderly, so maybe, but yeah, I've got no idea. But anyway, it works. Anyway, that's the biggest tangent of the night. We can set that as a record for the last 90 minutes or so, because this is about to come to a conclusion this season of the Bitepoint Racing Sports Car Challenge, and Alan Aguilar's about to take the final race win of the season. It's not going to get home by much. David Turnbull is only 2.5 seconds behind, but he couldn't hold him back when it mattered there towards the end when there was a battle between the two of them. He couldn't keep him behind, and it's Aguilar go on and win here the final race of the season. He's going to end the season in 4th place in points, by the way, which might be a bit lower than he was hoping for at the beginning, but he's going to take at least another race victory to end the season. Alan Aguilar flashing the lights over the line with the final race of the Bitepoint Racing Sports Car Challenge here from Barcelona tonight by just over 4 seconds in front of Turnbull, who sews up 2nd place in the points, by the way, and it's going to make it look pretty close with Blake Ward as well, given the fact that Blake is not here for the final race. Sean Wilkins is going to come across the line and finish on the podium as well. And in GT3 Pro, Robbie Williams is going to come in here to the Bitepoint League, and he's going to win coming out of the final corner and taking the checkered flag now, despite the fact that Paul Basson didn't take a second stop, whereas Williams did. Robbie Williams was still able to go on and take the victory. Jacob Sheridan is going to win the dramatic LMP2 Pro-Am battle that we've had all season long, separated with John Voigt by just 1 point heading into the final race, at the end of the season. He's taken this at slightly less dramatic style than maybe we were hoping for, but nevertheless it's been a dramatic season, and Jacob Sheridan has taken the title from it. And in GT3 Pro-Am, Lorenzo Arujo, just in the background, comes over the line there as well to take the race victory in GT3 Pro-Am. And that's a dominant victory, by the way, by him.
Now he's got his win, so now he can get promoted.
Now he can be moved up.
If you ever were going to crash a car on the last lap, that would have been the one to do it on.
Well, he was a lap ahead of everybody else because of where the leader was, so it wouldn't have been very useful.
Mattered, so.
No. He was going to win that race no matter what, almost. But, in the
he needs to work on his burnout some.
Yes, he is. In your rules of moving people up and down in classes, that means he's eligible now.
Well,
I
don't feel like that you should be moved up if you haven't won, but,
Well,
so
we've been told that he probably is going to be moved up now. Well, not now, as in because of this now, but anyway, he was going to be moved up. So
all right, let's see here.
That's next season to look forward to for him in the pro class. But anyway, let's have a look at the results for the final time this season.
Do we still have somebody on track? We must.
No, shouldn't do. Unless Mendoza has still not got to the line and should have done. There's nobody else who's... yeah, it is. Mendoza's out of fuel. Needs some help from Turnbull, I think that is, to... it is, yeah.
Hope Turnbull doesn't get a black flag here.
Well, he's finished, so it's fine.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He's on his on his parade lap, as it were, just helping Mendoza get to the line here.
Right. Well, if Mendoza would just stop and tow, we could get to the results. Oh, now we can. They've made them official now, so here we go.
Maybe I don't know. I did think that Mendoza had finished anyway, but clearly not. Anyway, about to do that now. In LMP2 Pro, indeed, it is Jacob Sheridan who takes the race victory ahead of Mendoza. Obviously, that championship going the way of Sheridan as well with that race victory. Owen Kizek retired from that race pretty anonymously, actually, through the middle, and John Voigt, just after the first pit stops, also retired from that race from LMP2 Pro. Overall, Alan Aguilar led a lot of laps tonight, about sort of 80% of the race, really, led by him. He got past David Turnbull towards the end there and took the race victory. Sean Wilkins was there or thereabouts all day and gets a podium as well, but did get that black flag right at the very end, as we saw, and finishes in third. Down in GT3, and Lorenzo Arujo does take that victory in the end by a very long way in front of Jordan Cox. Rodriguez,
Sorry, my bad.
Rebecca Dussey in a podium position again. We'll seal the title from there. Io Ochko and Justin Welsh were also in there. RJ Dubek with a few laps down towards the end there. Tim Schaefer retired. We saw him go straight on through into turn 4 in the middle of that race. Robbie Williams wins in GT3 Pro in front of Paul Basson by only 7 seconds in the end. We'll get to chat to both of them in a second. And Francis Crosby obviously retired, came to chat to us there before the end of the race. Let's chat to the overall winner, shall we? Alan Aguilar, who's won tonight the final race of the Bitepoint Racing season. Alan, congratulations on a race victory and indeed a pass in the last 20 minutes there for the win as well. Just tell us about that final stop and what you were thinking really when you saw David Turnbull come out in front of you, because he'd led for quite a long time in that race until that moment there, until Turnbull came out in front of you after that last stop.
Yeah, I thought I had a good strategy, but I guess I underfueled on that first stop and let myself get vulnerable on the second one. So when I saw David right in front of me, I thought, this ain't good. But I realized he didn't take tires. I did. So I knew I could get by him pretty easily.
And we're just seeing a replay of the pass at the moment, using a bit of traffic to your advantage. But this, of course, marks the end of the season, and this result isn't going to change how the season is going to end up standing for you. You were 4th coming in. You're going to stay 4th in points at the end of this season. How has it been for you overall?
Yeah, it was a good season. I'm afraid missing 5 out of 12 races didn't help my championship run, but good to end on a high and excited for next season with the new unrestricted rule set.
Absolutely. We look forward to seeing you at the new season. Thanks for chatting to us tonight, and congratulations again on the final race victory.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Alan Aguilar, winning the final race of the season.
Sounds like he has your neighbors. He's whispering. He's a very soft-spoken guy there.
I think his mic was just on quite quiet, to be honest with you. He was on mine as well. I wonder if it was just me. But anyway, let's go to the other class in LMP2, of course, and Jacob Sheridan, who's... hello. Jacob Sheridan, whose conversation we've just interrupted.
He's very excited.
Well, indeed. Welcome in, Jacob. Congratulations on obviously the championship as well as the race victory tonight. I mean, just tell us about how you feel having gotten this championship home in the end, coming in with just a 1-point championship lead. You've held on to that and taken the championship. How do you feel?
It felt good. I wasn't sure how the pace was going to go. You know, all season, me and John have been kind of back and forth with who's faster at which track. And when we started the race off, I took a little bit of strategy from Alan, and I took 53 liters on the start. So I was going to pit early. So I was assuming I was building the gap because of the fuel difference. And then I pitted early. It was going well. I felt the race was going great. I'm not too sure what happened to John. It was a shame, whatever happened to him, sort of thing. But I felt good. The race was well. I got a little distracted in the end and started driving a little bad in that last stint. But I knew it had it in the bag at that point. I kind of started to lose interest, to be honest. But it was still good, though. All in all, the season was great. Glad to be here. Glad to do everything. It was a fantastic season. I can't wait for the next one. So.
Well, indeed. What do you sort of look back on this season most, if you like? Because, as you say, you and John have really gone back and forth this season in terms of your pace and how the races have gone. Is there any one race you sort of look back on most fondly out of the seasons that we've had?
You know, with everything that happened at the Hockenheim race, I think that had to be my most fun race, to be honest with you. I kind of excel at the rain a little bit more than my iRating shows, so that was quite fun. The whole strategy, the stuff that I did with Scott, and then having that battle with Scott was great. And even with John, he wasn't doing the greatest, but he still kept it in there for a bit. So that race has to be my most entertaining, exciting one for the season, to be honest with you. So.
Well, congratulations on coming home with the title here tonight, Jacob. Thanks for chatting to us throughout the season, and we'll see you at the next one.
See you at the next one. Have a great one, guys.
Thanks so much, Jacob Sheridan, the winner in the LMP2 Pro-Am class. We're about to go to GT3. And firstly, Robbie Williams, who's taken the GT3 Pro victory today. Robbie, welcome in. Good to have you with us. A GT3 Pro victory for yourself at the Bitepoint Racing Sports Car Challenge. How was that? Basically, obviously challenged by Paul Basson throughout the day. First of all, a nice side-by-side battle between the two of you. It was a nice watch. And then differing strategies, as he only made one pit stop throughout the day and you made two. What did you make of tonight's race?
I mean, at the beginning it was super fun battling with him. I was happy sitting behind him, and then I saw third was catching us. So then I was like, okay, well, we kind of have to make something happen here. And then I saw he went a lap longer than me on the first stint, and I was fuel saving that whole stint. And then, yeah, like halfway through the second stint, I was like, oh, he's doing a one stop because at looking at his pace and seeing where he was falling. And so I had to pick it up in order to make sure I could compensate for that one stop that he was going to do.
I mean, what was that period of the race like? Because I do always wonder about this. For a commentator, a race where there might not be any battling, but there's the potential for a strategy to play out late in the day is always very exciting, I think. But what is it like for a driver? Do you ever sort of lose sort of concentration or motivation or momentum in those moments where you haven't actually got anyone to race with because you were on your own for a very long time in that race?
Yeah, there was a couple times I whiffed a couple corners because I was too busy looking at the relative to see where he was, and then watching my fuel numbers because I also wanted to push it as far as I could. But the track temps dropped like 8 Celsius about midway through the second stint, and I was like, okay, I have the tires. I know the car can be a lot faster. Let's just pick it up while they fuel save and hope for the best.
Well, congratulations on taking the GT3 victory tonight, Robbie. Thanks for joining us as well at the Bitepoint Racing Sports Car Challenge.
Real quick, one quick question.
Go on.
Robbie, so what's the story, man? You come over here, you joined up to the last race of the season. Are you planning on making some appearances next season over here?
I'm hoping so. That move to Thursday is a good one. I can't commit to the full season. I for sure, and all my teammates were all doing the Full Throttle Nation League for sure.
Yeah,
on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope to make some races here. The schedule looks amazing. So it's like a greatest hits of iRacing.
It is indeed a greatest hits of iRacing. Yes.
Yeah, so I plan to join and then hopefully make as many as I can. I got lucky on Friday being free. So I was like, I messaged them. I was like, hey, can I join? And they said, sure. So here I am.
All right, man. Well, we'll be glad to see you over here. You always bring some excitement when you show up for sure.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks very much, Robbie Williams, the winner in GT3 Pro here tonight. In front of the champion who's been officially crowned now, of course, Paul Basson, who finished second tonight, but obviously wins the championship. Paul, welcome in, and thanks for chatting to us, of course, again. Second place for you tonight. Let's chat about the race first of all. A good battle between yourself and Robbie Williams early on in the race, and then a bit of pit strategy there. Tell us about the race a little bit, that battle, and whether that was a plan right from the start for you to make any one stop tonight.
Yeah, so I did actually, I didn't think initially it was possible, so I did a little bit of science last night and found out it is possible. Unfortunately, my execution was a little off on the first stint, and I made it -1 lap by 0.4 of a liter. So if I had made that second lap, I just had to, or that additional lap, I could have fought a little bit more and maybe been at least closer to the back end of Robbie or ahead of him at the second pit stop he had. But I think I got a little too greedy at a couple corners, a couple laps, watching them fight and trying to keep with them. So unfortunate, but it was fun. It was a fun strategy to execute.
In terms of the season, obviously you've taken this championship and you knew that coming into tonight, you're actually in the record books going to go down having more than 150 points than anybody else in the season. But is there a sort of race you pick out as a particular highlight for you this season?
Hard for me to pick one. To be honest, I thoroughly enjoyed pretty much every race. I would probably say Spa was quite enjoyable. I do like Spa in the wet. This race was actually surprisingly fun, even though I kind of screwed it up. I just kind of love racing, so it's hard for me to pick one on the spot here, to be honest with you. But yeah.
Well, sorry for throwing you on the spot, but congratulations. I mean, the whole season was a good one for you. Congratulations on taking the championship in GT3 Pro, and thanks for chatting to us throughout the season as well.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Thanks very much. Paul Basson, the champion, of course, in GT3 Pro, and second place tonight in Pro-Am. We've got a new winner as well, Lorenzo Arroyo, now joining us at the end of tonight. Lorenzo, congratulations on taking a victory at Barcelona here tonight by a very long way in the end. Just tell us how confident you were coming into tonight, because you certainly looked pretty comfortable out there.
Oh, by far, I was not comfortable. 1 hour before the session even started, I barely started practicing for this race. And you would have imagined my horror when I went into the session. It was a different layout, so I was rushing to learn this track, and thankfully it worked out.
So, have you ever heard the term that you screwed yourself? Because had you not won this race, you could have stayed in Pro-Am next season. And now you're going to get moved to Pro because you were racing up there with the pros, and then you won a race in Pro-Am. So now you get to get moved up. So no, I don't know if they're going to do that to you or not, but I just figured I'd pull your leg. I just want to say congratulations to you.
Thank you.
You know, you've been, it's been fun watching your journey over the last 6-8 months, whatever it's been, from, you know, the guy who showed up and had just started sim racing and was literally having an incident, several incidents every race, you know, to,
okay, we don't have
to picking up the, you know, I mean, I called it like it was back then too. I would point them out, you know, and watching you, find your pace and then, you know, get rid of your incidents a little at a time. And it's been fun watching you mature as a sim racer pretty quickly, I might add. And so, yeah, just congratulations on that. And finally getting a win in one of these leagues that we're covering you. And I don't know if I'm sure you probably won elsewhere doing something, but as far as I've seen, this is the first win I've seen you get. So congratulations.
Thank you. Before I do leave, I want to say thank you to my parents. I love you guys. If I wouldn't have said that, they would probably get me in trouble. But yeah, I'm very stoked. This is my first broadcasted win, so I'm very happy right now.
Well, good job, man. You did a great job, and we look forward to seeing you next season. Hopefully for you, it's not in the pros, but if it is, then you're just going to have to keep digging.
Yeah, bring on the challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, you probably should have said that either. All right, man. Good to talk to you.
Cheers.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much. Lorenzo, the winner in GT3 Prime here tonight.
Always good to see somebody that excited.
Yeah, and we'll see what next season holds indeed as well. Now, Rodrigo Dassi is in the waiting room at the moment. Can we have an English chat there, or we're just
we're going to try. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
It's probably going to be pretty limited, but
yeah, let's give it a go. Rodrigo, welcome in, and congratulations on the third place tonight, and of course winning the championship this season as well in GT3 Prime. Just how was your race tonight? I see him on mute.
Well, he's on mute. Yeah. Maybe he was hoping his buddy was going to show up to translate for us.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Hi. Oba! Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Evan. Infelizmente, no friends translating.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know I don't speak English. Mas thank you for championship. Thank you, Translation Motormont podcast. Thank you, Francis Crosby. Thank you, my friends. Obrigado. Não sei falar inglês. Caralho, porra. Mas thank you. I love you. I love you, Bitepoint. I love you, Motormont broadcast. E até a próxima. Thank you, Jim!
Oh, that's awesome. That's better than an English interview. All right, buddy. Hey, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you next season. Oh,
you.
well, that was fun.
Thanks.
All right.
Yeah, Rodriguez did there chatting. I mean, I think it's pretty good. I think.
No,
you know.
he did fine. Yeah, he got. I got everything I needed to out of that. You know, he he got motor mouth in there. That's what mattered to me. No.
The hardest thing is listening to two people speaking English quite quickly in different accents.
Yes.
And trying to understand
Yes.
it.
Can you imagine? Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
exactly.
God. I mean, yeah, and you know, I can speak a bit of French, but not under pressure like that on a broadcast. So, so he's doing well. Anyway, yeah, big thanks to everyone who's obviously coming to chat with us there at the end, and obviously to Jason Holland, Mike Anderson, and Francis Crosby for coming in for a quick chat towards the end of that race as well. But that's just about it from us from the Bitepoint Racing Sports Car Challenge this season, Jim. It's been a fun season. It's been a long season over the course of the last 12 weeks, and there's a lot of optimism, I think, at the end of it that you know we're going to have a good time next season as well. 12 weeks, but 12 consecutive weeks next time round, running just a day on from the Wednesday League, of course, as well. And there's everyone's very optimistic about what's to come next season for the rest of this year.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. New car for the LMP2s. Great schedule. You know, I mean, it's pretty much the, you know, iRacing highlights when it comes to track selection. You know, kind of all the popular ones. Yeah, Thursday nights. Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So make sure you join us on Motorbike Broadcasting, of course. For those, we'll be at Daytona for the season opener on the 6th of August. Obviously, the Wednesday League will be running the day before. We're coinciding the weeks. So we've got about 10 days, 11 days, 12 days, something like that, before the new season is underway. So a week off next week, a little bit of time away, but then back on it for 12 weeks consecutively all the way through into October. For the next season, of course. Make sure you join us for that. A big thanks to everyone for chatting along with us here tonight. It's been great to hear from everybody. Chatting about all the things we've been tangentially talking about here in this endurance race here tonight. But yeah, that's about it from us. I've been Ian Leary alongside Jim Cunningham. And until we see you next season in about a week and a half's time, it's goodbye for now.